curious kami kasi ang ganda nung nilabas niyong report about dun sa study na ginawa niyo na maraming Pinoy na ang tumututok at nakikinig ng podcast. Can you tell us briefly what is the study all about?
Mhm.
Everything, the methodology, everything, the glimpse of it.
Okay. So basically, this study is commissioned by the three podcast networks in the Philippines, no? Si The Pod Network, Anima Podcast, at saka si Puma Podcast. No? They commissioned this study to basically picture the current state of the podcast industry in the Philippines. And from there, identify ano ba yung opportunities na meron for not only for podcast hosts, podcast shows, but also for brands. And to do that, we did a sociocultural research. Sociocultural research is basically a study that's focusing sa behavior ng mga tao. So, unlike yung mga polls na alam natin, it's more focused on the behavior, no? Rather than representing yung mga tao, no? It's like in an opinion poll. And ang ginawa namin is we surveyed people and also inobserbahan namin yung mga conversations nila sa social media. So we did social listening. Oo. Yun. And we conducted it nung last quarter of 2023. And tama ka, no? Ang um, key finding namin is that yung popularity ng podcast is increasingly rising. No, when we first did a study in 2021, yung podcast, no, among all the media platforms, nasa tail end siya, parang bottom three siya. But when we conducted the study, nasa top 3 na siya. Nasa top 3 na siya after internet and social media as the most preferred source of information. Na, in fact, podcast has now surpassed yung mga traditional media platforms. No? And when we dig deep, sino ba yung mga nakikinig sa podcast? We discovered na karamihan sa mga nakikinig sa podcast are millennials, no? Gen Ys. Millennial ka ba, Bon? Ayun. So,
Millennial, raise up.
ako din, millennial. So, mostly millennials na may college degree, most of them are employed and concentrated sa urban centers. But that doesn't mean na itong mga listeners na to is mga elitista. No? In fact, we discovered na mahirap siyang stereotype kasi ang dami nung personas nila, no? Just for the sake of simplicity, when we did our study, sinimplify na lang namin siya into 8 personas, but there are very, very diverse behaviors of podcast listeners. Another key finding that we discovered is that itong mga listeners na to, they are likelier to be converted, meaning to say, mas malaki yung chance na tangkilikin nila yung isang produkto or serbisyo na ina-advertise sa isang podcast show, no? Mas malaki yung chance na ma-convert sila if mas engaged sila dun sa podcast show at mas pinagtitiwalaan nila yung podcast show.
How did you choose the participants? Kung
Mm,
binase nyo
mm.
sa social media.
Oh, it's a random it's a random sampling. Oo, random sampling siya. So we made sure na representative yung ating sample. Yeah.
Okay. Ilang random sampling ang ginawa ninyo or
Oh,
sinama ninyo?
mm. We have 850 respondents, which is
Respondents. Okay, okay.
statistically na yon, substantial na yun.
Substantial. Okay, okay. Now, my next question is, what does the result mean for the podcast industry,
Mhm.
personalities, audience, and advertisers? Kasi
Mhm.
ang laki nung jump doon sa sinend mo sa akin na study, ang laki nung tinalon kasi halos mahigit sa kalahati na yung nakuha ng podcast, no? Pumangatlo nga, 'di ba? And compared doon sa 2021 nyo, malaking malaking talon 'yon,
Yes.
'di ba?
Yeah. I think the research tells a lot of things. No, the first one is that there are lots of opportunities for advertisers. No, for example, to use this platform to market to niche groupings, no, or niche identities. Kasi sabi nga natin kanina, yung mga podcast listeners, they have diverse personas, very, very diverse behaviors. So if you want to target this, like to hyper focus yung marketing mo, podcast can be a an effective medium for that. No, so that's one. Second, yung minention ko kanina, no, na yung engagement ng mga tao sa podcast at yung tiwala nila sa podcast, they are the ones that predict the likelihood that itong mga podcast listeners na to ay bibili ng product or service na ini-endorse dun sa podcast show. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? First one is that for podcast shows and hosts, it's essential na to engage your listeners, no? It's essential to really find ways to engage your listeners. And not only that, no, our study showed na hindi lang siya paramihan ng followers. No, it's easy to think, 'di ba, na engagement means number of followers, 'di ba, number of likes. We found sa study namin na in fact may anim na levels of engagement starting from just following, no. Second is commenting, third is sharing, tapos ang highest level of engagement mo is yung nakikipag-interact na yung mga audience mo sa host, no? And in that sense, importante for podcast hosts and podcast shows not only to increase the following but also to make sure na yung audience mo will level up in their engagement. Like you need to interact with your listeners. You need to engage with them. Kung hindi man parang talk show type yung podcast mo, at least dun sa community, you engage with them. So that's one. Second is while engagement is important, no, marami kang follower, maraming sumasagot sa iyo, sinasagot mo sila, importante din yung tiwala. Na-discover namin na establishing trust is equally important. And the reason for that is because most of the listeners of podcasts are listening because they want to digest personal experiences. So in that sense, podcast is a very intimate medium. It's a very personal medium, no? And in the Filipino context, kapag inilagay mo siya sa Filipino context, it stems from our longing to have a tropa, no? A kabarkada, someone that resonates with us, someone who understands us. But at the same time, as a tropa, we're looking for someone that can advise us on things, pero walang vested interest. Alam mo yon, walang vested interest. So anong ibig sabihin nun for podcast hosts, for podcast shows? It means na pag nag-endorse ka ng product, dapat objective ka when you're endorsing it to people. Hindi pwede na magpa-plug in ka lang ng product tapos yun na yun, di ba? Oh, gusto ko to, ganyan. Podcast listeners are looking for personal experience. So they want the podcast host who would endorse it to personally experience the product. Ganon. No? And dapat kapag nag-recommend sila sa listeners sila, dapat objective sila na they would present both the pros and the cons of the product. Hindi pwedeng puro advantage lang. Kasi people can sense through it. They can smell through it. And they
Oo,
would think na, ginagawa mo yan kasi,
bayad.
binayaran ka. O, bayad yan.
Correct, correct.
Yes,
In
yes.
addition to that, Brian,
Mm-mm.
kasi napansin nga natin no, na ang daming qualities kung bakit pumatok yung podcast. Aside from the things that you've mentioned, sa tingin mo, ano pa yung ibang key reasons or qualities bakit patok sa Pinoy, sa mga Pinoy yung podcast listening?
Mhm. Well, unang-una, on the surface level, kaya pumatok yung podcast ng mga Pilipino is because it's accessible. Like, tune in ka lang sa Spotify, even sa YouTube, di ba? May mga podcast shows na din doon. Just tune into it, you can listen to it. No? And pangalawa, convenience. Madali lang siyang ma-access, madali lang siyang mapakinggan. No? Lately, 'di ba, yung mga podcast shows hindi lang sa Spotify na, 'di ba? Sometimes you can watch some parts, no? Clips of the podcast shows kahit sa Facebook Reels. Just listen to it and kung interesado ka dun sa topic, that's when you go to magta-transfer ka sa YouTube or sa Spotify. So it's accessibility and convenience that are the top reasons bakit nakikinig yung mga tao sa podcast. So that's the surface level, but at a deeper level, um, people listen to podcasts. Filipinos listen to podcasts because they are longing for a tropa. They are looking for personal experiences that they can relate to, no, that they can listen to, and that they can engage in. No? And at the same time, they're also looking for personalities, no? For hosts na gaya nila, no? Katulad ng behavior nila, but that person can give them friendly advice. Friendly but objective advice. Yun. Yun ang hinahanap ng mga Pilipino, no,
Oh.
when they listen to podcasts.
Having said that, Brian, do you consider podcasts a threat to other media platforms like mainstream media, TV, radio, and social media? Is podcast a threat?
To them. I don't think so. I don't see podcasts as a threat to traditional media because, in fact, they can work hand in hand. No, podcast has certain strengths that traditional media doesn't have, di ba? Likewise, meron din namang mga limitations si podcast na only traditional media has. For
What are
instance,
those based
yeah,
on the study?
yeah. For example, right now, are the podcast reach is limited sa mga urban areas, 'di ba? Kasi doon yung malakas yung digital reach. But how about the rural areas? How do you go to those? It's the radio, it's the television, 'di ba? So so if a podcast wants to expand its reach, it can make use of the traditional media, 'di ba? It can partner with the traditional media to expand its reach. At the same time, traditional media isa sa mga limitations niya is it cannot capture those niche markets. Yon. Hindi siya makapag-ano doon, 'di ba? Hindi siya makapag-focus, hyper-focus. But podcast can do that.
Oo, okay.
So it can partner with podcast. And in fact, nakikita na natin 'yon. Like there are traditional media companies, no, TV channels, no, na naglo-launch ng mga podcast ng mga top personalities nila. Traditional media companies are doing that for obvious reasons. They're seeing the opportunity to work with this emerging platform. And that is why, in that sense, I would say I don't see a podcast being a threat. Instead, it can be a powerful tool for traditional medias to expand its reach and capture markets that they have never reached out yet.